Oh, hello, arcade one-uppers. So I've had a few requests about the dimmer board that you can buy on eBay. So I'm going to quickly break this down and show you what's been done. I've already got it installed, so we're just going to go backwards here a little. Get the control board out of the way. Alright, now I'm just going to disconnect the power. I've got some extra stuff on my machine because I have the lit up marquee. So it's a couple extra steps that I have to disconnect. Alright, so first step, we gotta take the monitor out. So, first thing you gotta do is you gotta remove the bezel. I'm just doing it with the drill here. It's quick, down and dirty, but you can use a screwdriver. Bezel out. Now, you gotta take the monitor out. You're gonna have 8 screws total. As you can see, the monitor sits in there. Take those out. Be careful, your screen's fully exposed, you do not want to scratch it. That'll make this job horrible. Now, you just want to take your fingers. Okay, so, once you get it apart, pull the connectors all off. You'll have the white one, you'll have this other one, and then you want to remove the ground strap. That's the black wire, runs to a screw. From there, you'll be able to take your control board out and put it out of the way. Don't lose your screw to the ground strap. Okay, now we'll have our monitor that we can work on. So, with your monitor, you're going to have screws. As you can see on the side of it, you're going to have technically one here, same thing on the other side. One of them is going to have a warranty sticker on it. Now the instructions said go to the opposite side, that way you won't void the warranty, which I did. Unfortunately, when you do that, you're supposed to be able to open this up. Wasn't the case. So let's open this up and I'll show you what we're working with. Okay, so I've removed both screws. Still have 2 on the bottom. I took out the ones from the top. So now what you got to do is very carefully, you're going to pry this, you don't have to wiggle it back and forth. But you want to pry open the monitor case. Okay, so once you get it open, it'll open about 3 inches or so. I wouldn't recommend pulling it open too much further than that. But once you do, you're going to see this. Those are the control boards. One is the new one, which I have here, and then there's the old one that you'll have on your arcade one-up. All you got to do is put the new one in. They've got some 2-sided tape on it to stick it to the side here. You just stick it right to the side. I use some hot glue just in case to give it extra support. And then what you're going to do is you're going to take both these blue wires with the connectors take them off the original board here and put them on here. Now, you'll find with your fingernail, there's a little groove on these. It's hard to see it, but it's right here, about 1/8 of an inch from the end. You can stick your fingernail on there, that way you can get a grip on it, so you're not pulling on the wires, and you can pop these off. And that's all there is to it. You pop them off, the old one, put them on the new one, and then all I did was taped off the old one so I knew which wire harness I didn't want to use. That just stays inside the case, and then you pretty much button it up. Put that in the case. Make sure the good harness is coming out. Make sure this one is sticking out, and then if you've ordered the Deluxe kit, you'll have this which goes to your switch, and it's in reverse order from there. You put your screws back in. If you were like me and you had one strip out on you like I did, you can drill a hole through the case here, and you'll find there's another screw hole. It's already threaded that you can put the screw through so you could reassemble this back. So do that, and I'll show you what the next step is, and we'll fire it up and see what the results are. Okay, so in the reassembling stage, you just want to make sure this isn't overlooked. When you're putting it back together again, you want to make sure, again, red is on that side and red is on the outside of both. You put your ground strap back in with the screw. Then you just want to make sure that you put this so that the power here, the little power, is facing down. And you want to make sure your wires don't get pinched. There's a little groove here for the wires. And you also, which I almost did, want to put your strap back on. So again, just make sure you're not pinching any wires. Stay within the groove, and you'll be fine. Okay, and then put your monitor back up, put it in the groove, push it back where it needs to be. Now is a good time, once you put these screws back in, to dust off in case you got any fingerprints on it, which I can see I did. You don't want to have those when you go to play the game. You want to use a soft microfiber when removing any of the fingerprints. And again, whether you're doing this with a drill or screwdriver, awful careful. You mess up at this point and you scratch that monitor, it's all done. And just remember, when you're looking at your screws, you want the 8 silver ones. You don't want the black ones. Those go to the bezel. Alright. So now I'm going to clean that off, and I'll take another video. Okay, so where are we at now? We got everything plugged in. Monitor's back in, board is there, everything's plugged in. Mine looks a little different because I've got Scott's lit up marquee in here, which is this switch here, which allows it to plug in, and it's just a dual harness here. So instead of your power going straight in, you go through this harness, which brings power up to his marquee, and then the other end goes to the monitor. This is what's going to the brightness control, this switch here, which is the knob here. So it's pretty self-explanatory, not really much more to show you there. So let's flip this around and I'll show you what's going on with it. Probably be easier just to bring the camera to it. So this is what we've got. Mine is a modified 12-in-1 board in an Asteroids machine, so it's a little different, but we're just gonna, well, here we go. We're gonna launch Asteroids. That's why the board controls look a little different, but here we go. Okay, so this is what it looks like. I believe we're at pretty close near full brightness, if memory serves me right. Yes, that's full brightness, and then you can start decreasing it. So let me turn off the lights. It'll give you a better representation here. Okay, still gonna get quite a bit of glare, it looks like, and this may not give you exactly what I'm seeing, so it's going to be kind of misleading, but that's at full. That's about 10% right there. I really can't go too much further. That's starting to affect the actual brightness of the screen. Even though the camera ain't really picking that up, you are affecting the actual brightness of the area you don't want to. So let's just play another. Yeah, that is, I'd say between 15 and 10% is all I can really do to kill it. Which the camera, I can see, is picking it up. Not looking, the camera's making it look better than it is, to be honest with you. I mean, that's at full tint dark. I mean, I can see where the bleed off is. It's about 10-15%. Any more than that, and you're killing some of the brightness. So it's your decision. And like I said in my previous post, the hardest part is when you're bringing those, taking those screws off that they want to strip. So have that in the back of your head. If they strip, you're going to have to Dremel the head off or drill the screw completely out, which you're going to get. It's going to get messy. You're going to get metal shavings in there. You're going to have to vacuum all out. Make sure it's absolutely clean because, you know, metal and electronics don't mix. So, yeah. So that's pretty much it. Any questions? Yeah, leave a message, and I'll try to answer the best I can.